media. We didn't allow anything to break us apart. And I sense that with this group here, how well and tight-knit we are already. And ball ain't even been rolled out yet. So I think that's most important, that we keep everything in-house, whether we got our ups, our downs, everything is even killed, everything is where everybody's on the same page, and you know, we go out as one. If we maintain that, and we're gonna get through anything.
On this side, Nikki?
Paul and Nikki with Spectrum. It's one thing to know you're coming home and to finally have it come to fruition. Has there been any surreal moments where you wake up and you're like, I'm home for good?
The fact that I'm unpacking instead of packing at this time is a surreal moment. I mean, every day I'm here, every day I'm waking up in the morning, every day I'm taking that drive on the 405. You know, it's a surreal moment. And you know, ultimately what I wanted to get to in my career is being back home and being close to my people. So it's never gonna get old, from me coming in today, having media day here, to putting on this jersey, to first game, to hearing my name in the starting lineup. You know, everything is just gonna be a reminder of where I'm at right now.
Andrew?
Andrew Gray from the Los Angeles Times for Paul. Just update on your status of your health, where you're at, what do you think you might be able to take part in training camp, and also with coming back from a significant injury previously in your career, does that inform how you rehab from your shoulders this time?
Yeah, as far as my health, I'm pretty good. I'll be in camp starting this week. Nothing contact, but all the 5-on-0 stuff, all the scripted stuff I'll be a part of. In terms of being, I'm used to being in this rehab stage and knowing what it takes to get my body prepared and get my body up to speed. It's a long process, but you know, again, I think me going through it and having a drastic injury in my leg, I know what to expect. I know what pressure to put on myself and what pressure not to put on myself as well. That comes with a lot of stress when you're going through rehab. So I'm just in a good place. I know what I need to do. I know what I'm capable of, and ultimately I know when my body's ready.
Trez, you're coming off such an incredible season. Thank you. You and Lou really had something special there going.
I forgot I was up there.
Yeah, no, you are up here. You are up here.
Thank you, Jay.
Just following you on social media, you haven't had an off season, Trez. You've been playing a lot of basketball. Is there anything that you've been working on as you get ready for this coming season?
Everything really. Definitely improving my offensive game, counting and stuff like that. Guys are, you know, when they ultimately play me, go to take away my right hand because they know it's my dominant hand. So there's just different counters like that, different things like that. And you know, shooting the ball from, you know, all aspects of the floor, mid-range, all the way out to the three-point line. And defensively, just improving on awareness, you know, foot speed, you know, lateral movement. So just being able to rotate and make those extra defensive plays when guys are beating, things like that. So as far as the offseason, you're right. I never really take off my arm. Constantly stay around the game of basketball because I'm blessed to be able to play it and call it my job. So I look at getting better as an ultimate thing all summer for me.
What I really want to know is how many new sneakers did you get?
A
lot.
A lot, yeah, a lot. I can't put a number on that, but definitely improved with my sneaker collection, most definitely.
Of course you did. Question here in the front row. Kurt?
Hey Paul, Mark Bukina, USA Today. What do you make of the trend league-wide where there's teams that have a duo of stars as opposed to big three, and how do you think that might affect the dynamic?
I mean, I think what Boston did was special. I think what Miami did was special. But I think it goes back to, you know, you have two guys that are, you know, the guys, and then you have a group around them that supports them to the highest level. And that foundation is around a lot of the guys in this league. You look at Milwaukee, you look at Philly, you look at the Lakers, you look at Houston, Utah. I mean, everybody has their two guys, and it's a heck of a supporting cast that's with them. So You can fill in that third spot with anybody to have a big three on all of those teams. So I think it's a good thing for the league. It changed the league, but it's good for the league. The big three, everybody was looking for a big three. It didn't work for a lot of teams. And so now this is a new dynamic for the new generation of the league.
Coach Sandoval, ABC 7. The question to both of you guys, at the other media day in town Friday, LeBron said the big winner was Staples Center. For you guys being the center focal point, for the first time, there's a legitimate rivalry between the two teams who both have expectations to win a championship. And you guys are at the center of that. What does that mean to you? How do you describe it?
I don't think we really pay too much attention to that. We don't get into the whole back and forth thing. I think it's more so something for the city to do and basically for you guys to do as far as media. As far as us, we look at it as another game on the schedule that, just has to be played, and one that we have to go out there and prepare in order to get ourselves ready to win. I don't think we get too much brought into the whole, LA versus LA type thing. I definitely agree with him, but as far as the Staples Center in general as a winner, because we both play in that building, so as far as that, I definitely agree with it. But as far as like the whole rivalry thing like that, I don't think, I know in our locker room, we don't really tie ourselves too much to that.
I say the same thing. I agree with what Bron said. The Staples Center is where you want to be with the team we got and with the team they have. But I don't put that pressure that that's the team that we necessarily have to compare ourselves up to. 29 other teams that we got to go ahead and go against and compete against. It's not a head-to-head battle of LA thing. We got to come out, we got to play, we got to do what we got to do. Same way 29 other teams got to do.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Dan Leckie with the Los Angeles Times. Question for both of you. Trez, teams around the league have put together mini camps and have tried to get a head start into training camp, doing the team building things that typically would happen in training camp. How far along are you guys on that? Paul talked about it a little bit. How far along are you guys on that process? And then my question, Paul, you've been in this league a little longer. Do you think that's happening because guys realize how quickly things can change, whether it's player movement or whatever, so when you have a good opportunity, you try to maximize the chance you have?
I definitely think we're, farther along than people actually think. We've came in probably, right after Memorial Day weekend, and we've been playing pickup, and guys have been lifting weights and getting extra cardio in and getting prepared to, what we're about to have come on Monday when we come in for the first day of actual training camp, and then going out to Hawaii, which is, an improvement of the team bonding and team building, even going over there. But, we've been going for a while, and, we just don't have that whole media source of everybody coming in watching us. We're kind of those ones that kind of work behind the closed scenes and, get the job done. So we're a lot farther along than people actually think. So.
Yeah, I think, to Trez's point, the second this came together, we were all in the group chat. We were all chatting, talking, laughing, building that togetherness, that camaraderie. The second, again, this came together. The second me and Kawhi became a part of this team. So that relationship was established early, to where we came in the facility. It was like I knew him. You know what I mean? I've been around these guys. I feel like it was already, we fast forward all of that getting to knowing each other, based off of us just already being in that chat. And then I think you seize the opportunity. You know what's ahead. You know what you have. I've again been lucky to play and fortunate to play on some really good teams, and you just never know. You never know how that team's gonna shape up. In my case, I got injured, and Indiana, we went on a downfall from there. So you just never know. You never know what you have. So you got to give everything. You got to invest everything, and you try to pull the best out of that season, that group.
This is both of you guys play with a lot of physicality and toughness. How do you look to implement that when you guys play against other teams this year?
I don't gonna change nothing I'm doing.
We ain't changing nothing.
As far as the way I play, how physical I play, around the basket and everything, I don't look change nothing I'm doing. So I guess that answers that.
We ain't changing nothing. I'm gonna be hyped to be more physical. Trez take care of it, right?
Max.
Over here, guys, Brad Turner from the LA Times. Trez, you and Lou were dynamic off the bench. How much better can this bench be?
Hey guys, Cameron Buford, LA News Observer. Question for you, Zoo. You just touched on that. You just opened up a can, I think, by saying that you think you can win the championship. I want to know how familiar you were with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard before them joining your squad.
I mean, I didn't know them personally, but I knew what they were doing on the court. I knew they were top. I don't know. I'm not gonna say top what, but there are top players in the league in both ways, and I know their game style, and I just know they're gonna fit perfectly with us.
Hey guys, Josh Martin, Close Up 360, back here. Question for both of you. You've talked about fishing trips and paintball and all that. You were kind of thrown into the mix, both of you, last season, coming over in trades. What's it been like just overall now, being able to have some months here, getting to know guys really on a personal level without that added pressure of just trying to get in the flow during the season?
I feel like last season, we got a good feel for each other, so coming to the summer is pretty much easy. We pretty much had to get used to like two players, Kawhi and Paul, but the core group we already had was already close.
Yeah, just last year we got to know each other really good, and we're not starting like a new players. We know how the team wants to play and how hard they play, and I feel like I've been here for a couple of years.
Next question.
Pavi, HMB Media. Zubac, question for you. Last year you came over, got a chance to play in the playoffs against a team like the Warriors. What did you take from that series and kind of pinpoint things that you needed to get better at coming into the next season?
I realized I gotta work on my shot. I gotta improve my body to stay in front of some of those guys, and it gave me a lot to work on this summer. So next time around playoff time, I'm gonna be ready.
I'm Pranav from the Scorecrow. What part of your games did you guys most work on during the summer?
I just made sure that I got a lot of shots up. I want to continue to knock down threes and continue to open the floor for Zoo, Trez, and ball handling, just getting to the goal and creating for my teammates.
Yeah, I was working on my 3-point shot, trying to be like JaMychal, and work on my body a lot, my finishing, making contact in a paint, and I think that's going to be a big part of my game.
Hey Zoo, William Updike from Locked On Clippers. Doc has spoken really high.
Lane that you also use then later as a pass to high flyers. You have someone like Montrezl Harrell on this team. Could that be a combination and somebody you're looking to create for?
Oh yeah, it is, and we've been practicing that, in our open gym runs, and also you have other guys who I can do the same thing with, like Zubac, JaMychal as well. We have some real athletic bigs that I look forward to throwing those live too.
Gentlemen, Eric Mingus, Basketball Insiders and Bleacher Report. Rodney, you got a chance to be with the team, but really didn't get to play. Can you just kind of share what you got from that, and then how easy or difficult it was to make the decision to return? And then also want to get Jerome, just share what you got out of the playoffs. And obviously you're on a veteran team, a young guy. How do you fit in as a young guy and make your way in this situation?
I would say just being a part of this team in that playoff run. I just got to, experience the culture and the way things happen here. And, it was an easy decision to make, you know, come free agency time, because I wanted to be a part of this culture and love the way guys played. I love practices, how everything went. I love the way Doc coached, so it just made it very simple for me.
And then just as a young guy, it's fun. You got guys kind of not a lot older, but you know, some of them 10 years older than you. But it feels like that they're the same age as you. You know, they've been doing this for so long. They got a routine. They'd like to teach you the ropes. So it was a lot of fun kind of stepping into that as a young guy. And I look forward to it.
Jerome, now that you have a full year under your belt of NBA experience, how was your preparation different this summer as you get ready for this year?
Yeah, so for me, when you go into your first year, you know, everybody, you know, is telling you, you know, how it's going to go, but everybody's experience is totally different. So after you have your first year of experience, you know, then you know how to prep yourself for the summer. You know what you're going to see. Kind of feel like you've seen it before now. Like before, it's a blind room. But after having a full year, now I got to grow this summer, and looking forward to this year.
Lewis Keene, Real GM. Jerome, you've obviously been watching Paul George and Kawhi Leonard play basketball since you were probably in grade school or high school. What's your impression having met them the first time? Were you nervous at all to meet them, and what were they like? What have you found out about them?
I would say I wasn't nervous. Now that I'm in the NBA, you know, you meet a lot of guys that are obviously in the NBA too. So it's, you know, you fit right in with them, and you know they greeted me with open arms. Kawhi, PG, they're both great guys. So it was pretty easy, man. Like even with them coming with the team, like they just fit right in like a puzzle piece. Their personalities, their demeanor, different things like that. It's been a great fit, and it was great to meet them, and now become, you know, one of their brothers as teammates.
Got a question over here?
Hey, Jerome, William, Locked On Clippers. I just want to ask, how's it been with Shea being shipped off to Oklahoma City? Like, have you guys talked at all, or how do you feel it possibly expands your role with the team?
Yeah, so me and Shea are still really close friends. I just talked to him on the phone yesterday. I went and saw him in Toronto, and he's doing well. But, I mean, it was tough coming in together and then him leaving. But for me, it's just to, you know, keep growing and getting better every day. I know that I want my role to step up, and I know that for me, I had to show that to get on the court, and that's about it.
Maurice from Clutch Points right now. For Rodney, still two-parter here. What did you take away from your time in Miami that you've been doing here? And second, what was going through your head when you got waived and then picked up, but you knew you wouldn't be eligible to play? What was going through your mind? Were you worried that it wouldn't fit? Well, what was going through your mind?
I'm gonna start with the second question. What went through my head when I got waived, and you know, I understood the logistics of things and why that decision was made. But when I got picked up by the Clippers, I was just thankful. You know, just to still be in this league. You know, come to a great playoff, a great team. You know, who made the playoffs, had a tremendous run last season, and I just was appreciative of the playoff experience, I would say. You know, you learn a lot just from watching basketball games up close. Like, even it's better to watch a game up close than on TV. You know, you see the things, the little details, and the stuff that you might miss. You being in the huddles, you know, learning how Doc's style of play, you know, and learning how guys reacting in the heat of the moment. So I was thankful for that opportunity. But I would say Miami and the Clippers are both two first-class organizations. Ran from you know, great historic people from top to bottom. So I'm just thankful to be able to be part of, you know, two tremendous organizations.
Question over here.
Hey guys, Christian Rivas, Dime Magazine. Jerome, when you look at the roster, there's a very clear need, or spot I should say, for a guard on the roster to soak up big minutes. How confident are you that you can slide into either the one or the two, and how did the offseason prepare you to take on a role like that?
Yeah, for me, I'm very confident about that. I mean, I think that's why I'm here, is to step into that role and to grow as a player. And I know, you know, as game time comes, you get better and better. For me, it's just to, you know, help this team win. Do whatever I have to do to get those minutes, either it's the one or the two.
and just play hard. I know playing hard is the #1 thing that's going to keep you on the court.
Yovan Buha, The Athletic. This one's for both of you, though. Jerome, you just kind of touched on that. This is such a deep roster, especially on the wings of like the 2 and the 3. What do you guys think you have to do or show individually to kind of carve out the role that you think you deserve?
Me personally, I think you just have to be yourself. Like, don't try to do anything that's out of your character. Just go out there and play the game of basketball that you've been playing with confidence, and everything else will handle itself.
I second that. That's a big thing. Is just being yourself. Don't do too much, and go out there and play hard. With this team, with Doc, defense and the offensive side, they'll take care of themselves, and you just got to trust the system.
Hi guys, Miriam Swanson, Southern California News Group. Welcome Rodney, welcome back to Rome. Rome, when you started the year last year, I mean the Clippers were overlooked and you guys surprised a lot of people. You come in this year, not overlooked at all, favorites maybe. And how does that feel different and how, kind of what goes through your mind sort of in that respect?
I would say that it's funny that you kind of say the difference, but like none of our approach has kind of been different. Like we're grinded out guys, we're a grinded out team. Our pickups have been super intense. So there was no difference as far as like our preparation for this year. It wasn't laid back. Like it's gonna be a long year. It's we're here to win every game we step on the court. So it's been really no difference.
Harvey Jones, Motivator Clippers. It's a lot of veterans on this team. So who would you all say is your biggest mentors, and what are you learning from them?
Yeah, so I learned different things from each one of them. Pat and Lou, I've been with the longest. So they're not total opposite players, but Pat's mentality as far as the defensive end and then Lou's offensive abilities are both remarkable on both sides, and just being able to pick their brains and them being such open people and loving guys that like they'll sit here and talk to you about basketball and teach you, walk you through it, until you get it. So it's been great. And then having PG and Kawhi, I remember after first game of PG and PG's working out and he's like, Rome, like should have did this, that, like I hit a move. I'm like those guys are very willing people to work with you and to learn from.
From the scorecard. What are the film What are the film sessions with the Doc like?
Long.
Yeah, they are long. They are long film sessions. But it's just so much knowledge. But you start to kind of get the routine of it. We go over the offense, we go over the defense, and it's an open room. If somebody has input to put in, they're gonna put their input in, and if it clashes, and they're gonna talk it out and figure out the right solution for us to be better.
All right, we got time for one more.
Hey guys. Oh, my bad. With me, it's just outside looking in. Every time I played against them, just the incredible amount of work that they put into the game. Always a tough opponent, no matter what. They played together. They played hard. They played with each other out on that court. So just knowing that every time we play against them, it's going to be a tough game, no matter what player is going to be out there.
Yeah, kind of similar to what he said. Just always they brought that toughness and that grittiness every game. There would never be an easy game against them, no matter who they had on the floor. It hasn't changed since I've been here, at least.
Gio Garcia with the Fantasy Sports Cave. Can you guys talk about Montrezl Harrell and the type of player he is and the type of conversations that you guys have?
Tough, physical, energetic, speaks his mind. I'm not afraid of anyone, doesn't back down. conversation's just been about getting to know each other, you know, newly acquired to this team. So just trying to talk to as many guys as possible, get to know them, become family, enjoy being around each and every individual, and focus on the season, focus on this year, talk about dreams, aspirations, and goals individually and collectively as a team.
To me, Trez is just one of those guys who's going to do whatever it takes to win the game. He plays extremely hard. He wears his emotions on his sleeve, and he goes out every night and leaves it out on the floor, and that's the kind of teammates that I like to have.
As two of the new faces with this team and with this roster, what is it that, and for both of you, that you're looking to bring to the Clippers?
With me, defense. I think this is like my 9th year in the league, so just experience, veteran, just a veteran, a guy in the league who's been around for a while, and just offering my, thoughts. And out there on the court, just defense and just shooting.
I think I just want to, kind of just add to what they already have built here. That toughness. I think I bring that with my game, and just impacting the game and just trying to help win games. I go out there and I try to do whatever I can on any given night to help my team win, and I think that fits right in here.
Question over here.
Hey guys, Christian Rivas, Dime Magazine. Mo, you were a part of that really exciting first round Western Conference playoff series against Oklahoma City and of course Paul George. Has that come up at all ever since you've been with the team?
It's a sensitive subject for this guy too. We talked about it a little bit. He asked me about the shot that everybody obviously knows about, what I thought about it. But we didn't really talk too much about it. We're on the same team now, and that's what we're focused on.
And then one more, as people that have either played Paul George closely in a playoff series or played with him, what can you say about Paul and how both of you guys round out that forward rotation by complimenting guys like Paul and Kawhi?
With Paul, he's obviously a tough guy to play against, and Kawhi as well. Let's just say that I'm glad that we're on the same side now. I'm looking forward to being out there playing with them and just bringing the same energy and play that I brought last year when we were on the opposite sides of the floor.
Yeah, same thing. Just trying to do whatever I can to help out. Whatever's asking me, just putting my all and everything into it.
Jovan Buha, The Athletic. You guys are both veterans who've been on good teams that have made deep playoff runs. What stands out or is different about this roster and being in these open gym runs? What have you guys seen?
I think just the focus that we've had since day one. I mean, since I've gotten here with the pickup, with the workouts, it's just been really intense, and that's how good teams are built. I think it starts in September, it starts in August. And I think that we've embraced that here, and I should say they've embraced it, and I kind of just fell into it. And I'm looking forward to being out there and experiencing the season with these guys.
Same thing. Everyone's focused. Mann said coming here early September. Everyone's pretty much been here the entire month. From the work putting in on the court to hanging out, talking to each other off the court, you can just tell that there's some type of some drive. There's some type of force in everyone's mind for this season.
Where does that start? Where does that drive and that force start?
With yourself, individually. Just realizing the opportunity that's in front of you, realizing the type of talent that we have on the team, and most importantly, realizing, this moment, you only get this one opportunity. So all those factors just coming together and just everyone just enjoying playing alongside one another out there.
Hello, sorry, how you guys doing? This is TPJ of Hoops and Brews. This question is for both of you all. Obviously, you come from two different teams. What are the biggest adjustments you all feel you have to make this year, kind of coming to this Clippers squad, especially with so many players in the front court?
For me, it's just role. When you come to any new situation, it's just finding your role and being the best that you can be in that role given to you. So coming to this new team, new situation, a lot of players, a lot of bodies, a lot of guys who can go out there and do their job to the best of their extent. Just being given a role and being the best that I can be in that role that's given to me.
kind of the same thing, you know, just being able to embrace any situation and make the most of it. I feel like this year I'll have an opportunity to do a lot of different things and play a lot of different roles throughout the season. So it's kind of just being able to adjust and adapt on a night-to-night basis.
Eric Pincus, Basketball Insiders and Bleacher Report. Mo, you were traded, obviously, Patrick, you chose the Clippers, but can you share, Mo, the experience of being traded? Were you surprised that you were traded? Were you happy with the result? What went through your mind through that process?
Yeah, my trade process this summer was actually kind of weird. At first I got the phone call, I was getting traded. I thought I was going to Miami, and then I'm not sure if it was the same day or the next day, I got a phone call saying that I was going to actually be coming here. You know, it's just a new opportunity for me is always a good thing. It's an opportunity to, you know, to make whatever you want out of it. So that's the way I look at it. I look at a new opportunity as a good thing, and it's just I get to come in here and just pretty much, you know, make my own story, you know, and it's kind of like the opportunity to just make whatever I want of it. So it's in my control, and I just got to come in every day and make the most of it, and, you know, accomplish these goals that I have.
Lewis Keene, Real GM. Patrick, you were on that Oklahoma City Thunder that seemed to have a disappointing end to the season. What do you think happened there, and what lessons will you take from that going into this season with the Clippers, who obviously have high expectations and would deem, you know, many results a failure?
Won't get too into details with that, but just a combination of things from players, coaches, owners, just whole entire team. It was just one big effort
as far as us failing, you know, as far as the season not going the way that we wanted it to. It's just a combination of everything throughout the course of the season and also in the playoffs as well. So that's all I'll say with that. But to make sure it doesn't happen with this team, we have so many guys, so many veterans, so many guys who have years of experience, so many guys who have been through trials and tribulations, so many guys who are hungry, you know, from Mo, myself, Kawhi, Pat, Trez, Lou, just so many guys, so many different personalities, so much experiences in life. So just coming here from day one and just seeing the hungriness in everyone's eyes and the togetherness, just try our best not to have the season go the opposite direction that we wanted to.
Rajon Johnson, Spark Sports. This question is for Patrick. Last year you said you needed to get passing out of your mind because you passed up on too many good looks. Do you still feel you're too passive with the ball, or do you feel you've become more of an aggressive scorer?
Oh yeah, since we've been back here in the beginning of this month and we started playing pickup, the first thing Pat Bev said to me is, "Yo, Pat, shoot the ball." Because a couple pickups, a couple games.
Mo, loving the headband. This is, I guess, for both of you. Do either of you have an opinion on the ninja style headband ban? And could we see either of you, possibly both of you, start a new trend with headwear this season?
I don't know why they banned it. I wish they didn't. I liked it last year. And I'm gonna try some different things out, see what I like. I don't really like this one, so it makes my head hurt.
I might rock a Scully. Who knows? Like, I feel like if you rock it once, they allow you, and then like the next day you make it like an email or a notification saying you can't do it. So I feel like something will happen. A Scully, do-rag, wave cap, something.
Definitely might try a do-rag.
Do-rag?
I look forward to that. Any other questions here? Front row.
Pranav from the Scorecard. You guys have bounced around several destinations. How eager are you guys for the season to start?
I'm excited. I'm excited for the season to start, just like any other season. I don't think where we're playing at matters to me. You know, it's just about being out there and getting going in the season. You know, and that's exciting in itself.
Yeah, we're one of the lucky guys who are able to do something that they love on a daily basis. So as soon as tomorrow hits, you know, we're all just focused and ready to get out there and just get to work.
Kahari Jones, Moderator Clippers. In a recent interview,
Terance and Fee. Who wants to start the questions here? In the front row?
Hello, Pranav from the Scorecard. How excited were you guys when you got the phone call from the Clippers that they were saying that they were gonna draft you guys?
Yeah, so I was picked, and then when I got picked and go through the whole media circuit, I was talking to L, and he said, "Your man Terance is on the board still." And I said, "Yeah, it was gonna be crazy." He's like, "How crazy it'd be if you would play with him?" And I said, "It'd be insane." But at that time, the pitch was still going through, and as I was going through the whole media circuit, I was watching the TVs, and when the Clippers were up and they picked Terance Mann, I was ecstatic. So it was insane to kind of see that me and him being in college and then on the same team now.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that he got picked by the Clippers because it was a Brooklyn Nets pick. But when I heard I was getting picked, I was extremely excited, to be able to, stay in the sun because I was in Florida and now I'm in Cali, so I was excited for that part. But and the team that they had going on the playoff run and all of that, so I was just extremely excited for myself and my family.